Nigeria is not my country. I am an Ijaw man. I have never chosen to renounce my citizens of the Ijaw nation.
Abonima is Biafra, Buguma is Biafra, Bakana is Biafra, Obwama is Biafra, Kola is Biafra, Abise is Biafra, Edama is Biafra, Soku is Biafra. These are the communities that I come from. The whole of Ijaw is Biafra. Biafra is the coastal region.
Oh, Julius Malema was a freedom fighter, man. And Kanu Bonyori. You people went all the way to South Africa to get Julius Malema to come and give a keynote speaker as a freedom fighter all the way from South Africa. But you people are lawyers called to bar. I'm so shameful to identify with Mazen Nandekan just because it's Igbo. Just because not born Igbo. Shame unto you people. I am open for litigation. Open on Kaka Meji Jenga. Let Kam Jenga go. Nonsense here, be. Alona put in the bany. Cannot couple. No, so Kedinez in Akalunuma. So some codons, Menes in Akalunuma. Olulana Ponye Zunu Chenukol Javana Quaka. Manankimun on the moon, he fell. Kankwe Nibo, Kapono Susu no Bundibo, Macanifalum ne Jumiru. Fenina Bundo, Kiba Bundibo, Ifalune. Oh, Obruni Atomunga Tomunga, Ifalune Megum. Una watch a post so Jabolo Malema all the way from South Africa, Obengalu keynote. Freedom fighter, and I call Malema. I respect Julius Malema so much. Mananenum Kuno, Manunu. Unjustly held, nothing to be proven in the court of law. Proven to reason edge detain no and DSS. No reason.
I am giving you a concrete information. This information came from an interview that was held in Arise TV. Arise TV. You understand me? In Arise TV. When the man was interviewed, Dr. Oslo, according to him, you know, when he was analyzing the case between Mazen Namdekano, castration, and Simon Ekpa case, the judgment, you know, the judiciary and NBA reactions, and the judge reactions, and the way Mazen Simon Ekpa case is being handled. So when the man was analyzing it, if you listen, you will agree with me. He made it clearly. How so shortly? There is a way he put it. He said a case, a justice being delayed is a justice being denied. Yes. He said justice being delayed is justice being denied. And that is the case of Mazen Namdekano. Then coming to the case of Simon Ekpa, you see the way the Finnish government rushed the case within the space of how many days? Months. They summarized everything and the judge Simon Ekpa and sentenced him to 6 years, which is appealable. And that appealable, there and then I come to know that coming on October 1st was going to be the day that he will appear in the appeal court. And like what I have said before, if he finally appear and the appeal court decided to look onto it, there are things that has to play. One, when they agreed on the judgment that was passed against him, so there is every tendency of them reducing it. The number of years. He was given 6 years, which means 3 years. So if they reduce the years, that means they admitted what the judge have judged regard to that case. But if they throw it away, that means they did not welcome what the judge has passed. That is what it means. So he stands a chance of being completely free out, or he will serve nothing less than just minimum of 1 year. That is what is going to stand before him coming October 1st. I repeat, October 1st. Because the case has been appealed. This thing I'm telling you, you can even check it on what is the lawyer's page? What is his name? Gumeres. God bless you. You can check it on Gumare's page. You can check it on Arabe's page on Twitter. Go and do your findings. October 1st.
So what are you expecting October 1st, personally?
In October 1st, if Finnish government, according to the law and according to the respect, if they want to respect the law of the EU and respect themselves as an European, the justice need to take place. There should be, and there is going to be a fair justice, a fair judgment. Why am I saying this? Because ever since Simon Ekpa have been put aside, the killing did not stop. The insecurity did not stop. The raping did not stop. Kidnapping and collecting ransom and still kill unalive the person did not stop. If it has stopped, I don't think that Okigwe will still be burning on fire. If it has stopped, I don't think that the forest guard in Omo in Enugu State will still be fighting Fulanis again. If it has stopped, I don't think that what the killing over 50 people that have just killed in Katsina would have killed. I don't think if it has stopped in Jigawa, there will be no problem. If they have stopped, I don't think that what is happening even in Plateau now as we speak would have stopped. That is to tell you that Simon Ekpa, even in Benue, Simon Ekpa's hands are clean because he has rightly and accurately denied all the allegations leveled against him, of which, if you watch the way the process of the case being followed, you will agree with me that the judge that passed this case, this judgment on Simon Ekpa, there the Finnish government did not see any concrete facts to nail Simon Ekpa regarding to what Nigeria has presented to Finnish government. You understand? You see why they say because of tax fraud 2021. And I asked, 2021, where was Simon Ekpa? Was he not in Finland? How come now they are now charging him for tax fraud? Did Nigeria told them that they are charging Simon Ekpa for tax fraud? How come they now come up with the tax fraud? They should have charged him or judged him based on the tax fraud and treat his case based on tax fraud. How come they are now coming now calling to you with the tax fraud with sentence you? That is to tell you they have cross-checked every corner and they see that there is no place to nail Simon Ekpa. They decided to add tax fraud. From there, they now use it to sentence him 6 years. So coming in October 1st, I believe there will be a fairness of justice in his case. Yes, there will be fairness because the appeal court over there is supreme and superior than that very local court and that local judge, a student. A district court is a local now, like a room and the way room and parlor court now.
But
that's what it means.
I think most of the time they say some are not judge. That's why they are being once in a while they just call them just like they just call people just on a contract level, just call them to come and
yes, they are contractors now. The judgment was based on the contract. Yes, it was on a contract. That is why, see, let me tell you, there is one young guy, I've forgotten his name, which they are called to to bear witness against Simon Ekpa. The same guy bears witness against somebody in December 2021, which at the end of the day, the man appealed in the appeal court, and that case was cancelled. Do you understand? So I know what I'm telling you. You can Google, you can check your facts. So you see why I say Simon Ekpa may likely get a fairness justice come October 1st. Yes, I am 100% sure of what I'm telling you.
But some people say if the Nigerian government and the Finland government have a plan, because we've heard, I think there's an activist in Germany there, an Igbo activist, I've forgotten his name now. But it was like it's good that people like Simon Ekpa have shown others, that live in diaspora, that are Nigerians that live in diaspora, of saying they are freedom fighters, but causing mayhem, that the global world should note them, that they should not shoot them whenever they are doing the wrong thing, that Ekpa case has shown others that what killing your people from abroad cannot save you. Do you agree with me?
Listen to me. If actually Simon Ekpa, nobody will be happy for himself or his brother or family member to be killed. You understand? Let me tell you, the issue is this. Has Simon Ekpa ever landed in Nigeria after 2007 that he left? Have they ever? Remember, he won medals for Nigeria before. So there is something that leads to something. So I'm using this opportunity because if the society, the youth are given, are being treated the way that they are supposed to, the citizens are treated, are given an audience that they needed, there are some certain activities that the citizen of every country will not like to engage himself or herself. That is what it means. At all. They will not like to involve themselves. But if you watch the case of Simon Ekpa, he engaged himself not as what? A criminal, but to incite to the international bodies regard to the intimidation, the humiliation, the killing and the genocide that have been going on, the Biafran war that is still continue in the Biafran land. That Nigeria are still, committing the genocide in Biafra land. That is what Simon Ekpa did. Imagine, okay, take a look at the Mazen Namdekanu case. See, how can you kidnap somebody and at the same time trying that person? Hello? Is it not because of Igbophobia matter, Igbophobia things? If not for Igbophobia things, do you think that Mazen Namdekanu would have remained in the custody of castration? Is Igbo not try the same thing? Sidious Musa, didn't he say everybody defend yourself? Then another thing is this. Mr. Jaidi, dear Sesbo, didn't he say everybody pick up something and defend yourself? Theophilus Danjuma, didn't he say the same thing? So what makes Mazen Namdekanu own different? Is it not the same thing that Simon Ekpa now incited to the people of Mbo Ofesi that they should take a look at what is happening in Nigeria against the Biafrans? It's the same thing. Creating awareness. And why did the Mazen Namdekanu in the very first place from ESN? Was it not as a result of the killing from the Fulanis and by the Fulanis, which the Nigerian government did not do anything up to this very day? Imagine now, as we speak now, they are negotiating with those people. Do you know that they have included them? They have included them on a payroll. And I want to quote and unquote. Do you know that this current government have paid 1 billion? Erufai says so. And he was asked whether he has evidence. He said, let the governors or whosoever that will challenge it should come, that he have evidence. Erufai said it. That they pay 1 billion to bandit. That was a former Kaduna governor, Erufai. Do you understand? He said that those bandits, these terrorists, have paid, Nigerian government paid them 1 billion. So that money that they give to them, what do you think that they are using it for? They use it to acquire arms to come and kill the Biafrans. Yes, that is what it means. And that is what they are. And Nigeria is not saying that. The whole world, Finland, you did not hear this one. You do not hear that one. You do not see her. You do not see her. But not to hold Simon Ekpa, that is to hold Mazen Namdekanu. Before the form Amoteku, was it not as a result of our killing? I'm asking. Was it not as a result of our killing that makes the late Akeredolu to form Amoteku? Yes. If not for that our killing, you wouldn't have had anything called Amoteku, even in Yoruba land. Yes. And that is why these people, because they believe that they are Nigeria, and Mazen Namdekanu is an Igbo man. On that note, Igbophobia, let's kill him. Brutal. Your brothers have been killing. You've never gone to brutalize them. But Mazen Namdekanu, you want to unalive him, if not for God helping him. But all of you will be there and see Mazen Namdekanu lifting the flag up with Simon Ekpa. Mazen Simon Ekpa Njoko. Bada! Shakalado Shada. Confidently, 100%.
But a lot of people have said, do you not know that thing that the Nigerian government and the Finland government might have
Listen to me, it doesn't
that
matter.
Ekpa must not come out. Do you not think they might have?
It doesn't matter how they gather. Surely the Bible said they will gather, but since that gathering is not to the glory of God, they will scatter. Since the gathering is not to make sure to bring Biafra to stand, definitely it will scatter. If the gathering is not for Simon Ekpa to have freedom, not for Biafran to stand, to go, not for Mazen Namdekano, people of the truth, not to stand, to reign, definitely that gathering will scatter. I am telling you the natural truth, because that is why we are waiting October 1st, and that is what we are looking at October 10th. Then that is when we will now know the stand of Nigeria, because so far so good, Finnish government have finished themselves. European nations are not happy with the judgment which they have passed so far against Simon Ekpa, and you know that, because it ridicules their image as European nation.
Their image as European nation?
Yes, as an European nation. Because many countries break out from them, and many countries look up to them.
But some say the European Union are angry with the Finland.
Yes, now they are angry regard to this
they
judgment.
push them to the.
They push them to Europe, EU. They push him because what Simon Ekpa did, is he wrong? What Mazen Namdekano did, is he wrong? Fighting for freedom. Please go and check EU Charter, Section 1 and Section 55. Please. That's why when I'm quoting, I quote it so that you can go and do your findings to know whether if I'm a bunch of liars or I speak the truth. So they know what they are doing, and what they have done is according to the law, not against the law. It's only in Nigeria that they turn the law upside down. Yes, they turn the law upside down in Nigeria. And that is why this man in Arise TV have said what he said. He said, when you delay a case, what are you delaying Mazen Namdekano case of 10 since 2015 till now, 10 good years in one case, and yet not finding him guilty of anything? You understand? So if you want to, okay, for example, now after this delay of 10 years, what are they going to tell us? What are they going to tell us? Are they going to tell us that they are going to jail Mazen Namdekano for how many years? It's not going to be possible. That is, if they should do that, that is what he has said. A justice delay is a justice denied.
When it comes to Biafra, what I see is everything being done right. I have gone, let me put it this way. Again, I say this as an academic. I've been to many places around the world in which people desire their freedom. I've been to Iraqi Kurdistan, Turkish Kurdistan, and Syrian Kurdistan. And I've written a book where, while I empathize with the Kurds, they are not yet ready for independence because they have not taken the basic steps to form a unitary government that can step into the vacuum on day one and lead their people. That is something that the Biafrans have, a mistake the Biafrans have not made. What I see today with the organization of the Biafrans.
All right, so today is the second day of the Biafran Convention in Lahti, Finland. And believe in me, a lot has been happening there since morning. Yes, today we saw the life of some members of US Congress members. You know, they had their speech at that event, and believe in me, I'm not going to tell you what they say. I'm just going to allow you to watch it to yourself. All right, so I'm going to show you to watch it. After this, there's another update I'm going to bring to you, so please just do well to subscribe to this channel, turn on your notification button so you get notified anytime I upload a video. All right, so please watch this.
And Syrian Kurdistan. And I've written a book where, while I empathize with the Kurds, they are not yet ready for independence because they have not taken the basic steps to form a unitary government that can step into the vacuum on day one and lead their people. That is something that the Biafrans have, a mistake the Biafrans have not made. What I see today with the organization of the Biafrans has been absolutely and completely admirable. You are not simply symbolically declaring independence, you are setting in motion a government which can take over all functions of the government. Now, some people may complain that Biafra now has its own army, and they may say that is a terrorist action. They are wrong. It is the job of any government to monopolize the use of force within its territory. The Nigerian army is the occupying army right now. Its job is not to monopolize the use of force within Biafra, because they have shown when they use force, they use it not for security, but to perpetrate insecurity. They use it to murder, they use it to rape, they use it to charter buses, to bring in militias, so that naive people may believe that they have nothing to do with what is going on in the region. Now, I'm a historian by training, which means I get paid to predict the past. Also, speaking of pay, let me be clear. I am receiving nothing for my advocacy for Biafra. I have been offered nothing, I have demanded nothing, and I am receiving nothing. Nor would it even be legal for me to accept money from anyone. I am speaking only as an analyst and only as someone who wants to further liberty. Now, I ask as a historian, where has it worked to force the victims of genocide together with their perpetrators? Where in history has that ever worked? Aggressors must understand that if they turn to genocide, they will always lose. The fact of the matter is, Nigeria lost Biafra in 1967. They may have won the war temporarily, but they permanently lost Biafra. The decisions they made 57 years ago forfeited any rights they have to control, to occupy, to speak on behalf of the people of Biafra. Let me conclude by saying, as an analyst again, I don't think the United States will be the first country to recognize Biafra. But I pray that it won't be the third country either. Biafra to move from Finland and to lobby vociferously, night and day, in order to ensure that the African Union recognizes that Biafra is already more organized, already more capable of statehood, already will have a higher standard of living, already will be at peace with itself and its neighbors more than many other African countries. And therefore, it will be a boon to Africa, a boon to the African Union, a boon to the spread of democracy in the region, an anchor for stability in the region, in an area that is increasingly unstable, especially as people come from the north in order to destabilize. So let me conclude by saying with my very short remarks that I wish I could be with you there today. Family prevented me from coming, but I admire what you're doing, I follow what you're doing, and I pray for what you're doing. Long live Biafra.
The European colonists was not only the right thing to do and the moral thing to do, but in the interest of the United States, which at the time had been competing with the Soviet Union for influence in Africa and throughout the world. Similarly, in this new age of great power competition, the United States has an obligation to support the new African independence movements of the 21st century and put an end to the legacy of neocolonialism in Africa. And Nigeria is one of the worst examples of neocolonialism.
You said it all. You said it all. You said it all.
And the rise of Biafra will put an end end to this nonsense. As the Biafran government lobbyist in Washington, D.C., I've taken the Biafran message, or we could even say the Biafran gospel, to the highest levels. We have spoken to the Congress. We have spoken to the White House. We have spoken to the think tanks and the decision makers in Washington. As the finance minister said, we have met with and presented the Biafra Charter to the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mike Johnson, the third highest level official in the United States government. And we've met with many members of Congress. The results have been overwhelmingly positive. We have received overwhelming support. We've already received many commitments. Not a single member of Congress or U.S. official that I've met with have expressed any support for Nigeria. So we're on the right track, and we're in a very good position as we move into the future. At this convention, we will have speakers from the most prestigious think tanks in Washington, D.C., including the Cato Institute, the American Enterprise Institute, and In Defense of Christians. They have been under a brutal dictatorship since that time and have not had their freedom. And President Biafran wants to bring freedom and democracy to his people, and it's been an honor to represent his cause in Washington, and he is very strongly supported by our government over the current dictatorship in Eritrea. So his recognition by Biafra is very significant. And I believe through what he's doing, through other contacts we're making, I think we can get recognition for Biafra from other states in Africa and other countries as well. So we'll be having a lot of conversations outside the U.S. government with other governments that are sympathetic, and I think we can make a lot of international progress.
More wheels on the ground.
Biafra's struggle for independence is a sublime one, in which the lands of its indigenous people can finally take control of their own destiny.
Thank you.
For too long, the people of Biafra have suffered under colonial bondage and now neo-colonial oppression, being forced to be under the Nigerian yoke. With the declaration of the restoration of the independent state of Biafra, that is all finished with.
Fire on the mountain.
Let us strive to create a new nation which will serve its people and be an example to the world. My fellow Biafrans, my fellow freedom fighters, long live independence, long live an independent and sovereign Biafra.
All right, so what do you think? What do you think? Drop your comment on the comment section, and do not forget to subscribe to this channel, right? Thank you, and God bless you.